Who is God? What is God? We still have doubts about which question should be asked. Does God really exist? Is it possible to prove the existence of God? Is it possible to prove that God does not exist? A delicate and controversial topic with varied opinions. Let's think about the subject here and offer a perspective. I appreciate your company and kindly ask that you subscribe and hit the like button at the end of the video if you enjoyed it, as this is how you can support the channel. Thank you very much. Let's start the study by posing a new question: how did the belief in the existence of God arise? Humanity has an intuitive sense of the existence of God. From ancient times, all peoples revered the powers of the gods. Yes, gods in the plural. For primitive peoples, the forces of nature were representations of the powers of the gods. They saw a god in lightning, thunder, and the sun was venerated as the representation of a god. Later, forms that mixed humans with animals began to represent various gods. Later on, the Jewish people emphasized the belief in a single God. In earlier times, there was polytheism, with various gods competing or sharing responsibilities for the diverse aspects that influenced the lives of people of that time. With the development of monotheism, discussions aimed to demonstrate who the true God was, or the strongest God. The strength of the god was determined most of the time by victory in battles. The winning people acted under the protection of their god, responsible for the victory, and therefore, the strongest or the true God. This brief and simplified development helps us see that for a very long time, or since always, humans have thought about the existence of a powerful being in command of everything. As I said, this thought emerges intuitively in people. And where does it come from? Is it a simple need or an indication of the truth? In modern times, the dispute between gods, and polytheism with monotheism, has given way to discussions between those who believe in the existence of God and those who do not. Does God exist or not? Is it possible to prove that he exists? Is it possible to prove that he does not exist? For this last question, the answer is, no, it is not possible. For those who do not believe in the existence of God, their arguments rely on fragility. As our science has not yet reached sufficient development to prove the existence of God, they dismiss the possibility of his existence. Many describe those who believe in God as needy and fragile people who are swayed by mystical beliefs. However, science has proven to be mutable over time. It is merely a representation of the knowledge that humanity possesses at that exact moment. If today's science has evolved and demonstrated past errors and ignorance, tomorrow it will develop, correct concepts, and increase knowledge. Therefore, if science cannot prove that God exists, that is not enough to eliminate the possibility, it just shows that we are at the beginning of a quite long journey. But can we identify the existence of God rationally? Is it possible to go beyond faith? For these questions, I believe that yes, it is possible. There is a conception that everything that exists is the effect generated by a cause. Every effect has a cause. So, to perceive the existence of God, we need to analyze everything that exists and that was not created by humans. And how grand is what we already know through current science itself, about what man has no part in creating. Starting from the smallest details we find in nature, going through the complex and perfect composition of living organisms, the automation of the functioning of our bodies, and traveling through the universe, which shows itself to be of an incalculable size, beyond our capacity for understanding or even playing with imagination. There are billions of suns, most of them much larger than the sun in our system, billions or trillions of planets that orbit around each of these suns, billions of solar systems that make up a galaxy, and billions of galaxies that make up a universe, which we cannot envision an end to. And the new theory is, there are other universes. All this magnificent existence is a cause that has an effect. For something so extraordinary, composed so perfectly harmonized, a cause is indispensable, and this cause is as extraordinary as its effect, an intelligence that we will also lack the sense to understand. If we do not believe in intelligent creation, which we can call as we wish, but here we will call God, we will have to affirm that all this creation is the work of chance, and this proves to be much more mystical and incredulous. And what is chance? Nothing. What is the possibility of filling our hands with various letters of the alphabet, throwing them up, and when they fall, chance offers us the best poem from the best writer we can know? Believing in this would be childish. But if we find the ready-made poem without knowing the origin, would it be sensible to think that someone intelligent wrote it, even in the face of the impossibility of proving it? Therefore, believing in the existence of God is not a lack or religious mysticism, it is to analyze the magnificent creation of our tiny planet, what composes it, and the harmonious grandeur of the infinite universe. All of this will only be rationally possible if something with supreme intelligence produces it. This supreme intelligence, which is the first cause of all this perfect effect, has a globally recognized designation, God. But, you can name it as you see fit. Thank you for staying until the end. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button to help spread good words and positive energy. I hope to see you in the next video, God willing.